Hello, we are back now with our coverage as we continue our coverage of the New Year's Six Bowl streams. And we are now here with our coverage of Alabama and Michigan. I'm joined by Michael, who is working with us throughout these bowl streams. How are we doing?
Good.
Good. Any thoughts at the beginning of this game as
Uh, yes, Jay. I don't know if you saw it or not,
Yeah.
but I believe it was first play of the game. J.J. McCarthy almost threw a pick, but the Alabama player's foot was partially out of bounds, and he didn't reestablish in time, so they called it back.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm pulling up the game myself. Looks like it's on commercial
Alabama
break.
has the ball and is driving.
Yeah.
Michigan went 3 and out, I believe, if I'm thinking correctly.
You there, Lincoln? Or it looks like it went out. But yeah, it definitely
Milrow hands it off. No, he's going to keep it. Running, trying to get to the edge. It's going to depend on the spot if he gets a first down. And it appears we'll give him the first down. At about the Michigan 30-yard line. With my stream's running about a play behind or so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he got there. They're giving him it, but it looks like where Andy was holding the ball and he was a yard short, about a half a yard short, and we have a Michigan player down.
Okay. That makes for an interesting play.
Cannot see the name.
Oh, the other thing that I was going to say, if you want to put your channel link in the comments, you can do that if you want. So that way other people can have it.
I can't do that. Otherwise, I'll disconnect.
Oh, okay. I'll find it then, so that way I can put it in there for you.
So far, stats are Milrose 1 of 1 for 11 yards. J.J. McCarthy 1 of 3 for 2 yards. Jalen McClellan, I believe, is his name, if I'm thinking correctly. 1 carry for 6 yards.
Yeah.
Morgan has the 1 catch for Michigan for 2 yards, and the Alabama receiver I never heard of, but he also has a 1 catch for 11 yards. And Michigan has no rushing yards yet. Jalen Milrow so far has 3 carries for minus 21 yards.
So as we continue our coverage here, I think it's being a little bit slow with me. Make sure that you like and subscribe down below. We are closing in on our subscription goal for College Football Roundup. As we're so close to 50 subscribers. I think we're still at 48, unless if somebody is subscribed very recently. So
if you're Michigan, I think while we're on ad here, but if you're Michigan, your biggest concern obviously is contain Jalen Milrow.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty obvious no matter who the opponent is, it's a matter of if, not when, is Jalen Milrow gonna scramble for a touchdown pretty much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see here.
Okay, we're back with 10:56 in the first. They brought it back to 3rd and 1 due to him having the ball in the wrong hand.
Okay. It's been a little bit, my broadcast is being a little bit slow. Yeah, you can change that. but
It appears that he got the first down barely by the skin of his chin.
yep. Yeah, that was a close call. Let me see here.
Milrow under center. He's going to sneak it, and he got it.
A good play from Milrow there.
Michigan saying he didn't get it, obviously.
Yep. A little bit of a, not really a tush-push situation, but definitely.
It kind of like how Joe Flacco's been doing it the past couple weeks with the Browns. If you guys, if the people watching haven't really seen it, he just gets under center, takes a snap, and goes right up through the center. Doesn't need to push or anything.
Oh, Jace McClellan's out, and it's going to be a touchdown, Bama. McClellan gets into the open field and straight through the Michigan defense as none of the safeties had a good angle. It's going to be 6-0 Bama.
Oh, my. Completely untouched.
Yeah, it was it
just opened up. And I say that is I wouldn't say kind of a unexpected start to this game, but
Michigan is definitely getting dominated in the trenches. That
far.
I don't think is unexpected.
I have not seen that out of Michigan this year, where they get pushed around that much.
True. Well, I think that the big difference is this. I think that when you're looking at Michigan, you're looking at a team that just simply hasn't played anybody that's physically able to like compete with them.
I mean, you could argue. I mean, you could argue Ohio State's defensive line.
Yeah.
And
they
maybe
have a good defensive line with Sawyer and Well, I think with Penn State, the problem was they just didn't have a run-stopping unit as much.
PAT is good, by the way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So make sure you guys like and subscribe down below, as well as trying to liking the video out definitely helps. Let me get a poll out here. But did you want to, I know you said this in the last stream, but do you want to say who you have winning this prediction-wise?
I had Alabama 49, Michigan, I believe 45, if I'm recalling correctly.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me, based on what you said last time. I have personally, it was 31-14 Bama. So that's what I am at. But let me see. I'm
surprised Jermaine Burton hasn't been involved that much yet.
No, he really hasn't.
I mean, obviously he's Alabama's deep threat, and I think most people know by now he's Milrow's favorite receiver most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, Bolden. Bond. He caught the touchdown in the Auburn game to win the game on that Hail Mary, if I'm recalling correctly.
Correct. Yeah.
He is also a dangerous deep threat. So I would, if you're watching this game and you want to look for a specific player to have a breakout game, I would watch for Isaiah Bond to have a breakout game.
Yeah. I agree. I think that I think Bond may have a breakout game, but I think that Bama's going to keep it on the ground. I think Jace McClellan is going to have himself a game. I think that they're going to continue to Kind of
And if we're looking on the go ahead.
I think they're going to keep pounding the rock. So I think McClellan would be my breakout game.
Now if we're on the Michigan side of the ball, it obviously it has to be Blake Corum. Blake Corum. There's really not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but he's the only reason Michigan's in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If you really want to be honest.
Yeah, I think that McCarthy.
He's the main reason, at least.
Yeah. I think McCarthy is definitely. He's played well. He's played better this season than I think. I don't know if it's.
The only thing I have with McCarthy, well, obviously being an Ohio State fan.
Yeah.
He was. Some people don't know this, but he was actually recruited by Ohio State.
Yeah.
And chose to go to Michigan because they said we didn't want to recruit any other quarterbacks, but then they ended up going after McCord is the supposed story why he went to Michigan.
Yeah.
Otherwise we could be seeing him in an Ohio State jersey, and I can't imagine how that would look.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised that Notre Dame really didn't I get that we had other quarterback targets, but we really didn't go after him at all. There's who I was looking for. Anthony.
And we are now.
See ya.
We are now live.
Runs it for about 6 yards.
Anthony, you there?
Yeah, we're there. Can you try to join ours so we can kind of get this merged?
Yep. We are joining the football expert stream while we're being set up to have them join us as well. We'll simulcast it, essentially.
Yes.
Yep. 1 second. I was just pulling up your email as you were talking, or as you joined.
All right, cool.
A little misdirection play action fake and a gain for about 3 yards to the 45. Set up
Corum in the Michigan territory.
I think we made
Alabama
play.
Okay, let me see here. Anthony, did you text me your link or did you email it to me?
I texted, I think.
And we're getting to a third down and 8.
Hey, heads up on our stream.
Yep.
The ESPN thing is it looks like it's frozen because it's still at 10:33 in the first.
Okay, thank you. I will get mine up. I think Lincoln's may have been out. 1 second.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna get Anthony's stream up on here real quick before I. One moment, you guys keep talking.
I'm surprised it's
Jody
made 14.
made a point on us that it's the last 2 that Alabama's won against Michigan. We're on a 4th and 1. Ooh, at the 39-yard line, they attempted tush push and
first down.
They easily gained the first down.
They didn't go tush push. They went hand off the Corum there. The safe play.
It looked like a tush push with a huge conglomeration of shadows and blue uniforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not a tush push.
Yeah.
And Corum just pushes his way through.
Okay, I'm joining yours.
All right, cool. I don't see it yet, but it should pop up here in a second.
How many do you have in your stream right now?
We have 16. We've been 19. We've been fluctuating anywhere from 20 to about 40 total between all 3 of the channels. So where are you guys at?
We're about a dozen, and that's pretty good for a channel that's squat in forever.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna mute that. Let's make sure that this is. Hold on. All right, we're good. But yeah, so we're seeing 2nd and 8 now for Michigan.
Yeah, I'm running behind because I'm on the 4th and 1 play right now.
So we're probably 2 plays ahead of you.
Let me see if I can find that Morse.
Lots of time, but the protection broke down. But an opening for a first down in the red zone.
Yep. What do you guys thought about this game so far?
I think
kind of
Bama has.
started how I expected it would.
I think Bama's played really well in the fact that they have gotten a lot of yards on the
I
ground.
will say I'm shocked. Michigan kind of. It could be a much bigger lead than it is right now. It could be 14-0 if he would have came down with that pick that they reversed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he didn't. I forget what I was going to say.
Yeah, same goes for our viewers as well. Just let me know in the comments because I'm pretty sure it was kind of being a little annoying with the hearing both, but I think it should be fixed now. But yeah.
Did Michigan just? Yep, they just scored a touchdown.
Did you guys have Anthony and did you guys have a score prediction? Okay. I had Bama. Yeah, I had Bama winning 31-14. So yeah. I don't think he's only lost, I think, one. Has he even lost the first round of the? No, he lost to Ohio State that first year.
Yeah, he lost to Ohio State in 2015.
Yeah, but other than
that major upset. That team was a Cinderella story.
Mm-hmm. Especially with the third string quarterback.
Braxton Miller gets hurt, doesn't even play all season. JT Barrett gets hurt in the Michigan game. I'm not going to go into that because that was a very gruesome injury. JT Barrett's injury. And then Cardale Jones comes in 3 games left on the year. And I don't know how they did it, but.
Yeah. Man.
There's still 10:33 in the first.
No, I gotta 1 second. Let me remove 1 second. Let me remove that. And then let me get the other graph. Let me get the ESPN graphic up.
Yeah, I think it's a bit delayed.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because I'm talking and then it doesn't show me talking till like 3 or 5 seconds later.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
At this point, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah. I think Michigan's biggest problem really is Jalen Milroe at quarterback, just because I think that they're going to struggle with the dual threat capability of Milroe.
I would agree with that because, Georgia had a vaunted defense for most of the year. For the past couple of years. I don't know if you can hear me or not because it's not coming across. But and he absolutely tore them to shreds.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with his feet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are.
I'll say it right now. My pick to win the Heisman next year is Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, I think that's a fair pick.
I got a box score right here if you want to hear it, since we don't got the updated.
Let me see here.
It's on a multi-view. I got 4 boxes. 6 rush yards, Michigan 46, Alabama 20. Pass yards, Michigan 31, Alabama 11. Total yards, Michigan 77, Alabama 31. And they just went to add, and I couldn't catch the rest.
Okay.
I think not necessarily saying this game is not going to be any good, but I personally think Texas and Washington is going to be a better game than this game.
Yeah.
Scoring wise.
Are you guys able to hear us over there on the Sorgy Stories one? Yeah.
Or not.
I have just talked to Anonymami, and she says that I can use her phone to get on there, so we can actually get it going.
Okay, we're going to be,
and as soon as she's off the phone, then we can do that.
We're going to be pivoting some things to make sure that you can properly hear the football experts' conversation while we are simulcasting this Rose Bowl coverage. So just stay tuned with us. Hang out, hang in there. We will be good to go. But I think
I cannot hear anything the rest of you are saying. It just cut out.
Okay. Okay. One moment. It's a bad echo on my end. 1 second.
the echo as well on you guys. I think it's just the circumstance that we currently have right now.
Alabama has the ball at their own 25 after a touchback.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by. This is back when I could go back to my old radio days, back when we had a sound bed where we had really bad schmaltzy 1970s music, and you'd have the background guy going, "We're having technical difficulties. Please stand by."
The stream is running like 10 seconds behind. Just heads up.
Okay. Rochelle, thank you for coming in. But as is rule, we cannot show the game itself.
Because it will get copyrighted and then taken down because of all that dumb stuff, which I think is absolutely dumb.
I hate to tell you, but as someone who worked in broadcasting, they got to do it. They've got to do it because they've paid hundreds of millions of dollars to have the exclusive rights to do it.
How does Michigan already have a turnover?
They committed the turnover early on the first. I think on their first drive, they committed that turnover. It was the fumble on when they had a punt return, and their return man started running.
Oh yeah, that I remember.
Set up a punt return and get some yards instead of thinking I got to catch the football first.
2 guys in motion.
Yep, and then they'll stop in time to get set and run the play. 4 wideouts.
Milroe takes snap, back to pass, looking, fires, incomplete.
Man, I
don't know where that throw was going. He wide receiver might have been in the. I mean, some might have been in the wide receiver's eyes. Yeah, I didn't even see that pass. Looks like it might have been a little bit of miscommunication as well.
You see this lack of hair up here? That tells you that when I was growing up, the idea of Alabama being in a 4 wide out set would have been, you would have been sent to a mental institution had you thought that Alabama was going to go with a 4 wide out set like they're doing again right now.
Milrow, 3rd and 11. Takes snap. Back to pass. Getting pressured.
Oh,
Escapes, runs, slides. Why did you slide?
that's a mistake. That's a mistake. That's a situation where, as a young kid, you go into
You
automatic reaction.
In that situation, you just got to put your head down and go right through.
And you're thinking of what you're trained to do as a quarterback instead of remembering the situation and going after it. You have to go after it.
I had this game predicted it. I had this game. Hey, that might be roughing the kicker.
Was it incidental contact or was it purposeful?
No. That was not incidental.
Oh,
he dived head first right into him.
I didn't see it live. That's why I asked.
How is there no flag? He went helmet first right into his planting leg.
No, that's incidental.
Oh, so that was a bit of a flop too.
Oh, I think he's genuinely hurt, but I don't think it was purposeful.
Well, the way he spun like crazy.
Oh yeah, you know what? He put his left knee into the punter's left knee. He did that. Yeah, I could see where you'd say that's 15 yards automatic first. I could see that. I could see that argument. And it looked like he was celebrating that on the sidelines, too. That's a little dirty.
I had Alabama picked in this game 49-45, but I don't think we're going to get there with the way it's going right now.
This looks like a defensive struggle.
McCarthy takes snap, hands it off to Corum, up the middle for about 3, maybe 4.
4, yeah.
I think my stream might be caught up now.
Okay. Yeah, I see 7-7. I see late first half. I see.
Neither team has a penalty yet. Hopefully it stays that way for the whole game, which it won't.
Should have been there that last one. My gosh.
Michigan is 0-2 on 3rd down.
This is one of the most beautiful scenes in sports.
Yeah,
we're seeing right now with the sun-dappledness of the Rose Bowl. I'll tell stories later.
Throwing caught. Michigan first down by about a yard out to the 30.
Yep.
Michigan is 0-2 on 3rd down. Alabama is 1-3.
Yeah, because I actually had a chance to cover a Rose Bowl back in January 2011. And I'll regale you guys with stories throughout this stream as we go. But go ahead.
McCarthy, shotgun, 2 players in the backfield. Roman Wilson in motion. Will hand it off to Edwards, I believe, for about 8.
That's just great scheming. That's great scheming to have some wide open holes.
I mean, as we know, Alabama's a very aggressive defense. And when he puts Roman Wilson in motion like that, it draws all their attention over to Roman Wilson's side.
That's what the great teams and great coaches do, is turn a team's strength into a weakness. And that's what Harbaugh's doing right now with his offensive game plan.
McCarthy takes a snap, hands it off. First down. Looked like he was about to get stuffed at the line, but there is a flag, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it looks like it's going to be a face mask on Alabama, according to Jim Harbaugh. And again, that's according to Jim Harbaugh.
Let's see.
Going to have to run at least one more play in the first.
Sorry about the technical difficulties to the Sorgy squad. We are going to be fixing these problems extremely soon, and hopefully the next 5 minutes.
I love looking at angry Jim Harbaugh. Looking at angry Jim Harbaugh, he's funny. He's just funny to watch. It's like I wish that for the how ESPN has like 12 different feeds for this game.
Yes.
I wish they had a 13th of just an isolated camera of Jim Harbaugh.
Will Howard's going to Ohio State.
Sorry, what was that?
Will Howard's probably going to Ohio State.
Okay. That is news.
Most likely. They said he could sign by the end of today.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I heard you say that earlier on the Liberty Bowl stream.
So once we're on the ad break, I'll give a recap of what all the bowl games that happened today while we're on ad here. Next play between quarters.
28 seconds left in the first.
McCarthy's going to run and basically get nothing. Maybe 2 yards. And that would probably be the last play of the first quarter.
Was that a designed run or was that?
I think that was a quarterback draw.
Because it felt like if he would have.
And that will take us to the end of the first, and it'll be 3rd and 9 for Michigan when we start the second. Teams are a combined 1 of 5 on 3rd down so far.
It's what you'd expect in a team with 2 outstanding defenses like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm surprised each team has even gotten on the board so far.
So now I'll go over the recap now that I have a second for today. So first of all, at noon today, we had LSU and Wisconsin at LSU, as Wisconsin was up majority of the game. And LSU drove down the field with about 2 minutes left.
Don't remind me.
Could say about 3, scored a touchdown, and that was the game.
You're killing
As
me.
LSU was going to win 35-31. Then we had Tennessee and Iowa.
They're big Wisconsin fans, so
That
We had
Wisconsin loss.
Tennessee and Iowa, and Iowa was just doing Iowa things.
Way better
That is
than I thought they were going.
As Tennessee beat Iowa 35-0, I believe, which is not surprising. Then you have
Iowa definitely struggled offensively.
well, their quarterback already entered the portal, but he still played.
Interesting.
But I will say, Oregon just beat the snot out of Liberty.
For those on our stream, can you again double check to see if you're hearing the football experts joining us?
Yeah, and we will be getting in about 30 seconds. Give me a sec.
Because we're still having audio trouble.
Yeah, I'm having it on my side too. You're
Yeah.
breaking in and out over here too.
Yeah.
Likely, did you see my text?
No, I didn't. 1 second.
Can you just email me the link real quick?
In the meantime, Sean Sullivan
The
speaking
link for our
truth.
stream?
Yeah.
Great day of food and bowl games. And when they go to a 12-team playoff next year, yes, they desperately need to go to the 12-team playoff so we can get rid of many of these ridiculous issues about who gets in and out. Go ahead.
Did you hear about DJ earlier today?
Yeah, going to Florida State.
I thought he would go to Michigan State.
Florida State makes a lot of sense. Mike Norvell, big time head coach, good culture there. Makes a lot of
Well,
sense.
why he figured he would go to Michigan State is obviously, he transferred to Oregon State, and this was his first and only year at Oregon State. And by far his best season since his first year at Clemson, by far. So I figured, Oregon State coach went to Michigan State. So I figured he's having the best season since his first year, you would go with his head coach, but I guess not.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Anthony,
first
he
play
I
of the
just sent
war
you the link.
He just got
guy nearly
suplexed.
suplexed with a wrestling move the other day.
If that is a flag,
Yeah.
I will. Yeah, no. There's no way that's a flag.
I don't
Kool-Aid
think it's a flag.
McKenzie.
It was just
No, they didn't.
it was just funny to watch a wrestling move. That's all.
Yeah, there was no flag.
How did he catch that? First of all, that was good defense, but he got a hand on it. Fourth and 1, Michigan will punt. Watch the fake. Get a little bit of pressure. Be fair called at about the 23. And here comes Milroe and the Alabama, offense once again. For, I believe, their third drive of the game. They could have had a longer drive last time, but Milroe made a rookie mistake, and it was, I believe, 3rd and 11, got pressure, escaped the pocket, and slid down after 8 yards. That's just a rookie mistake he'll learn over time. Milroe in the shotgun.
Yeah.
Takes snap back.
Are you able to hear
and
us
he's
on?
sacked. He just got planted.
Our stream that I think will be good.
Unblocked,
Okay,
right up
one
the
sec.
middle.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm muted. Can you hear me okay?
Storgy Squad, can you hear their
Yes, I'm good on my side.
Okay.
Squad? Let us know if you can.
I
pick
think
up
we're good on
our.
our side. There's a little bit of an echo, but
Okay.
Yeah, I think an echo was going
Milroe,
to be
2nd and 18 in the
an
shotgun.
echo is
Empty
going to be.
backfield.
But here's the problem: we're talking over each other.
Yeah.
Milroe looking, sacked again. This is starting to become the Ohio State-Missouri game, maybe just with a bit more scoring.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Times when
what
I
did you
hate
guys
being
think
an
of
Ohio
the?
State fan.
Reckley, what'd you say?
What did you guys think of the previous New Year's Six bowl games, like Ohio State and Missouri?
I was dead 3/4 of the game, so I didn't really pay attention. That's how boring it was.
Yeah, I like honestly, we didn't
Play clock's running down. Got to get it off. Got to get it off. It's
Oh, he's got a running lane.
He ain't getting nothing. It's 3rd and 23.
Right. But at least he got him out of the shadow of the red zone.
For your punter. Punt it away. Alabama's third drive
That
goes
is
to
definitely
waste.
true. He did get enough.
Yeah, I
mean,
did
it's
not watch
nice
Missouri
game,
Ohio
don't
State
get me
because
wrong.
I was in the midst of doing training for my new job.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. My mom and grandma wanted to watch a Christmas movie, and I was like, sure, I don't really care. Go ahead.
It was set actually pretty close to where you're sitting right now, wasn't it?
I think it was like in Eastern Tennessee.
Okay.
I don't know.
Here's a good question. Where has Jermaine Burton been all game?
Great question. Star receiver for the Crimson Tide. Haven't seen much action from him thus far.
Part of that is the Michigan pass rush.
That is very true, and just a great secondary. And
Yes.
Same thing with Isaiah Bond. Where has he been as well?
Yeah, great Bama receiving core, but a great Michigan defense too. So now on the break here. Thank you to everyone tuning in on all of the 4 channels that this is being broadcast to right now. Appreciate you all. But 6 of you watching in our chat, can you hear the football expert stream? Let us know.
Please tell us.
And if not, then
And
we will-
likewise for our channels as well.
Yeah. Just to make sure that we know exactly what's going on here.
I personally think the Texas-Washington game will be much more interesting than this game.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't like defense, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
But I think it's been really interesting to watch
Yeah.
the way that Michigan's strategizing to get around Alabama's ridiculous defense.
It's always nice every once in a while when you get to see a good defensive duel.
Yes.
Yeah. Anthony and
Well, the only issue with that, I've seen a bit too many of those since the 29th.
Directly, what were you gonna
say that again?
The only bad thing is I've seen two defensive duels since the 29th, and I don't. Yeah.
What
I
are
don't wanna
your
lose
What are your
these
thoughts,
games.
Anthony, on the Bears Packers game on Sunday?
Go Pack, go.
I think that the Bears may get the dub on this one.
Spoken, truly drinking the blue and orange Kool-Aid, which I don't blame you for. That's where you come from. That's your love. I don't blame you.
Well, here's the thing. For the second year in a row, the NFC North is going to eliminate the Packers from the playoffs. Let's be honest.
My gosh, I don't know what you had for breakfast this morning.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they do.
That would be pretty bad as a Packers fan if you were eliminated 2 years in a row by a division rival.
Yeah.
Well, the only team that can beat the Green Bay Packers in that game Sunday is themselves. If they play the way that they should play, they've got this. Now,
I don't know. I think
Justin the NFL, but it would take.
Yeah, I think Justin Fields has definitely improved.
Hey, are we going to cover the FCS national title?
Not here.
Unfortunately, not in our household because we both have to get up early in the morning.
Yeah, that is true.
January 2nd. That's tomorrow.
Yeah, we're not.
Is that the FCS national title tomorrow?
No,
Yep.
no, the 8th.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, the 8th is this national championship. We're going with the FCS.
Oh, that game.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's South Dakota State and somebody. I believe Montana.
Yeah, it's Montana.
Your godmother's alma mater.
Okay, second down for Michigan here as we're back. 11:33 in the second as the Wolverines are on offense at the 30-yard line trying to get to midfield.
Second and 6.
And here we go. So McCarthy
That was orgy in the game.
going to try. Let's see what they do here as it's going to be play action, deep ball, and
overthrow. I mean,
that might just be a case of him being a bit too pumped up yet, because he's typically spot on with those type of throws.
Yeah.
Well, then again, Michigan can typically never win a playoff game, so.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 6 here for the Wolverines.
I would say they're probably going to come after him here. I think they're going to come after him.
They move him out of the pocket and nothing.
Yeah, they're coming after him. Nope. No way there's a flag on that. Yeah, no. That wasn't even catchable anyhow. If you throw a flag on that.
Yeah, there's no flag.
Guys, it seems like we're having some technical difficulties on our ends. We're going to have to try to disconnect because this does not seem to be working.
Yeah, our fans are not able to hear you, and we can tell that because our numbers are really dwindling, and you're continuing to have problems on ours, or you're continuing to have problems hearing us. So, but hey, I really appreciate you wanting to do this.
Yeah,
we tried, and you guys are awesome. To our audience, follow the Football Expert.
Yes,
great channel. You, the Football Expert, and Anthony, you guys have become buds.
Yeah,
awesome college football community. We tried an experiment that didn't work today in terms of having them on, but
No, I don't want this. Okay.
You there still?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a different stream because it
Okay.
keeps lagging behind. Again.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I still need the Texas.
Okay. One moment. Let me get you that then.
I have my. If you just want to, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah. 1 second. I'll put it in the private chat. Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, what do you think of Jesse Mirko entering the transfer portal?
I'll be honest. I don't know too much about him.
He was Ohio State's punter for 3 seasons.
It'd probably be a good pickup, just for the sake of experience, and I think that experience is always important when it comes to the punting game. But yeah, did you get the link that I put in the chat?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll open it up before we end this.
Okay. I will be right back real quick. You can continue if you want, or you can take a break. 1 second.
Yep. I'm not sure FYI or ESPN thing might be frozen again, but I'm not 110% sure on that. Okay, I am back. I will not be able to call the game for the moment, as I cannot see it at the moment. Just give me a few minutes here to get it back up.
Okay, I'm back. I just had to get some dinner, but Michigan's going to. Yep. Michigan's going to use their their first timeout. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 before.
Game currently, so
say that again.
I cannot see the game currently, so
okay.
I mean, I can still obviously talk about it. I just can't see it at the moment.
Okay, that's fine. I can talk about it.
Well, I can see part of it, but not all of it.
Okay.
I will say this um this game is very what's the way to put it? Stagnant.
Yeah, it's been
Much less interesting and much less, firepower than I thought we were going to see originally.
yeah.
So if this would load. Load.
Well, it's still at time. It's still at the timeout break for me.
Well, I can't even watch it, so I can see that. I can bring up the stream where I can see the score and the box score and all that, but I just can't watch it at the moment.
Okay. Let me see what Lincoln is up to. Let me see if. Okay, so we're back now here for 3rd and 9. As they're starting to talk about Jalen Milroe and his rise as a starter, especially his past 10 games.
3rd and 9 for Bama, correct?
Yeah, it's 3rd and 9.
They punted.
Oh, okay. I think
it was fair
broadcast is a little bit.
Huh? What? Pierce is down 30. He caught it. Michigan currently has a 51.2% chance to win. If you would like to hear the box, I can ring it off to you quick.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Jalen Milroe is passing stats. Jalen Milroe currently is 1-2 for 11 yards. J.J. McCarthy is 6 of 11, 46 yards and a touchdown. Rushing yards, we have Chase McClellan, 2 carries, 40 yards and a touchdown. Blake Corn, 5 carries, 37 yards. Receiving yards, don't know that guy for Alabama, but he has 1 reception for 11 yards. And Stumping Mullins, 1 reception, 19 yards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. Interesting. I'm looking at these.
We have 10 people watching right now.
Yeah, we got. Yep.
Not a ton, but.
Yeah, it tends to go up and down with these types of streams. Some good, some not.
Well, typically once the bigger games come on, that's when they typically tend to go up more.
Yeah. Blake Corum going to get about 8 yards here on the opening opening carry of the drive. So 2nd and 2 here for the Wolverines.
Now I will say, what game is it that happened?
2nd and 2 as you get a handoff here to Corum. Makes a man miss in the backfield and gets about 4 on the carry to make it 1st and 10 at the Michigan 29.
Who In your opinion, who's the best running back in football? Got 5 guys for you,
Okay.
so you can rank them. We got Corum, Cody Schrader, what's the guy's name? Bucky Irving,
Okay.
Chase McClellan,
Okay.
and we'll go to. I have to think here for a minute.
Okay. Well, I'll just rank those 4. I think at 4, I'm putting Bucky Irving.
What he's? I know him. What's that number 4 who plays for old Junkins?
Oh, Old Miss. Yeah. At 5, then I'd probably put Irving. He's probably the worst of the bunch.
Very good explosiveness.
Say that again.
He's very explosive.
Yeah. I just think that I think that he's probably the worst of them. At 4, I'd probably put Jace McClellan. At 3, Junkins. At 2, Schrader, and at 1, Corum. Probably be my rankings. So I think that there's just a small number of backs that are better than Corum. What a play there by J.J. McCarthy as he gets it to Romeo Wilson, but he is down and took a shot.
McCarthy?
For that. Huh?
McCarthy's down.
He's shaken up. He got up, and now he's walking around, but he's shaken up from that hit.
What? Is it an ankle?
It looked like it was just a gut shot, but let me see here. I gotta
if that's
watch
an ankle, he had a prior ankle injury.
It looked like he was just grabbing like his gut area, not his ankle particularly. Yeah, I didn't see. He looks fine now. He's not
just
limping.
Knocked out of him.
Yeah, probably. As it's going to be 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard carry by Donovan Edwards.
I will say, I think Texas and Washington will be the better of the 2 games.
Probably will be more entertaining.
Especially points-wise, because, Texas and Washington, I mean, yes, Texas does have somewhat of a defense.
Yeah.
But Texas and Washington are basically all offense, no defense. Just gas pedal all the way down to the floor.
Pretty much, yeah. So as you get Edwards,
and their defense is all smoke, no go.
Yeah, Edwards there stopped for nothing. Going to make it 3rd and 10 here for the Wolverines.
Okay, I got a meh on now. I can see some of the game.
Okay.
See, I was just doing it off the phone, so.
As Michigan gets down the sidelines, and it's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown there for Mike Morris, as McCarthy gets a good pass there to Tyler Morris, who's going to get into the end zone on the 38-yard reception.
I'm just going to have this stream on here, make sure everything volume-wise it's good.
So we're checking footwork here down the sideline, see if he stepped out, which it looks like he didn't, and he reached the ball over the pylon, so it should stand as a touchdown. Oh, as Michigan gets the kicked block, it's going to be 7-13 after a blocked kick. Could contribute as a factor later on in the game. We'll have to see what happens, as Harbaugh is not happy after that kick.
Well, as we all know, defense wins championships. So,
yeah, well, getting those small plays like that right, it really does make a difference.
They don't come up in a box score, but they're huge.
Yeah, it can change momentum, and that's the biggest thing about it is the momentum changer.
I'm going to be going on mute here for a sec, but I'm still here. I'm just sitting here.
Okay.
I'm just watching the stream to make sure everything's not all breaking up.
Okay. And I'll be right back here as we take a commercial break.
Yeah, the stream's like 2 seconds behind now. It's not running behind by like 10 anymore.
To 1987.
So while we are on commercial break here, I will go over what has happened today so far. Rather, the games we live streamed or not, just to tell you guys in case you weren't here. So first off, what happened is 12 noon today, we had LSU and Wisconsin. We didn't, non-New Year's Six Bowl. But Wisconsin, it was tight game most of the time. Wisconsin had the lead with about 31-28. I'm not going to go through the whole game, but LSU scored a touchdown with about 3 minutes left to go ahead, 35-31. And then Wisconsin started driving, but down to about the LSU 40 or 35, but then they just started going backwards from there. And that was the final score at 31-35. And then we had Iowa and Tennessee in the Citrus Bowl, which went, as you might have thought it would, even without Joe Milton playing. If I'm remembering correctly, Tennessee won 35-0. Just abysmal offensive showing from Iowa, including 2 interceptions thrown. One was a pick six. Then we had Oregon and Liberty. We actually live streamed that here because it was a New Year's Six Bowl, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. And some of you may or may not have been here watching that for a second. Oregon just mantled Liberty. I believe 6-45. I mean, I thought Liberty might get a backdoor cover, but it was just never meant to be, as Oregon just plowed them under. And now we got the first CFP semifinal at the Rose Bowl. Number 4 Alabama versus number 1 Michigan. Fun fact, Alabama is 5-0 when they are the 4 seed playing the 1 seed in the playoff era. Not saying that means anything, but right now, as you can tell, Michigan's winning 7-13 if you're watching it. reason why is a PAT was blocked by Alabama. And that is where we are right now.
Okay, I'm back. Okay.
I just gave a quick review in chat again for
Okay.
people that may have not been here. Jalen Milroe passed to Isaiah Bond for 29 yards to their own 45 for a Alabama first down. Milroe is now 2 of 3 for 40 yards, no picks, no touchdowns. First time Isaiah Bond or Jermaine Burton have either of them have been involved in this game. Jermaine Burton intended to him now. First pass intended to him incomplete. Michigan has a 69.1% chance to win.
Burton finally gets a catch there to make it 3rd and 5, or at least 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but I left something in chat.
Yeah, I see it. I'm typing back to you.
McClellan really has been a non-factor since that first drive.
Yeah. I think they've really gotten away from the run game overall, which could be an issue later on, but we'll see. As it's 3rd and 4 here from the Michigan 49, possibly 2 down territory as they hand it off to McClellan, who does get the first down.
Speak of the devil.
Yep, he got it. Well, the devil went down to Georgia, so I don't know if that would be Jason McCollum.
True. J.J. McCarthy is now, I believe, 9 of 14, if I can tell correctly, 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Alabama is in Michigan territory. They are trying to put together a drive to possibly take the lead or cut the lead before half.
Yep. As we're going to get a false start here on Bama. Not good. As Bama's, as the Nick Saban teams, I will say this, have definitely gotten penalized more and more as we get later and later into Saban's tenure there. I put something in the chat, just so you know.
I know, I just saw it.
Okay.
I just sent something back.
Up to you. It doesn't matter.
I have nothing else good to do today, so.
Okay. If you want to, you're more than welcome to, but don't think you need to.
Well, I have nothing else to do today, so.
Okay. So 2nd and 10 after the deep shot from Milroe.
You mean 2nd and 15?
Or yeah, 2nd and 15. Yeah, after the deep shot, and they tried to get Bond down the field, but wasn't able to shake.
Go ahead.
Or he wasn't able to shake the safety, and the ball was a little bit high.
It is now 3rd and 15.
3rd and 15. Okay, you're I think a play ahead of me then now.
I believe. Don't count me on that though. Kendrick Law, incomplete.
Or wait, I don't think you are, because it's going to be first down Bama at the. They're going to mark them down at the 32-yard line of Michigan. Going to be 1:07 as the clock's going to stop here for the chains to get reset.
I will say this is a very important drive for Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Because if I'm calling correctly, Michigan gets the ball to start the second half. So this is
I believe so, but I'm not 100%.
And if that is the case, this is a very important drive for Alabama because they're going to need points in case Michigan scores a touchdown if they get the ball to start the second half for them to stay in this game.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a Jalen Milroe 17-yard run for those that didn't know what happened.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Tide after the timeout. Or I'm sorry, 2nd and 4. I'm sorry. One and the same.
I think Alabama needs to run the ball some more. They have plenty of time.
They do, but but you only have 2 timeouts and 49 seconds. So I probably run the ball definitely in the second half, but I think in the at this end, I think you may want to get some more pass game going.
Fun fact, you may not know this either, nor the audience. I already said this over the commercial break. But all time, since the playoff era, whenever Alabama was the 4 seed and they are playing the 1 seed, they are 5-0.
Wow, they've been the 4 seed that many times?
Supposedly.
Wow, I didn't know they were.
Michigan now has a 63.2% chance to win.
Gets a sack there on Milroe, making it 4th down. As the clock continues to tick down, my guess is that Nick Saban is probably going to go for a field goal.
He's going to run it down to like 3 or 4 seconds and just kick the field goal.
Yeah, probably
because you ain't going to go for the end zone for this. This is a much valuable drive where the points have been kind of hard to come by somewhat in this first half. You got to get points on the board. You just have to. It's a must.
Plus,
if you want to stay in this game, especially considering that Michigan has the ball first to start the second half.
Yeah, and plus, here's the other thing: is Michigan also the other thing about this is with Michigan missing that what am I saying? Oh, Michigan missing the
PAT.
The PAT. There we go. I got to it. Missing the PAT. It made it where, well, now a field goal makes it a 3-point game.
Yeah.
So a field goal at this point is not just as valuable as a touchdown, but it is very valuable now compared to if Michigan had made the PAT.
The advantage of playing in the Sugar Bowl, where, Alabama played last year against Kansas State and absolutely demolished them. Yeah. As people may not remember, because it was a bowl game.
Yeah. 14 seconds left here.
Go ahead.
Will Reichart splits the uprights with 7 seconds left, and it's going to be 10-13 Michigan.
That is probably headed to halftime. Entering halftime. That is huge.
Yep.
You may not say, "Oh, hey, that it's not very huge. They're still losing. It's only 7-13." Well, here's the thing: Michigan gets the ball out of half, and that means that if they drive down and score a touchdown, and Alabama doesn't take that field goal, it's 7-20. Unless they go for 2 and get it, then it's 7-21. That's a 14-point game all of a sudden. And all of a sudden, it could be mid-third quarter by the time they get the ball again, depending, how Michigan drives methodically. And as we saw that 8-minute drive against Ohio State where they pounded it down their throat, that basically won the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so then that puts you in a 14-point hole. And then at that point, you're chasing points. And that's why that is a big field goal for people that are thinking, why is that so big?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, it gives you some momentum going in the half as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It really does.
That kick will be a touchback. I would presume Michigan will just come out, play it safe, and take a knee here just to get the half, Both teams can regroup, reconsider, regame plan, rest
Yep.
up a team a bit.
Yep. So that's going to be the halftime. As Michigan is leading 13-10, Alabama will receive the second half kick.
Whoa, that's even better then.
Yeah, it definitely helps Bama.
You get momentum, you make a field goal, you get second half kick. That's double dip.
Yep. Well, it is halftime, so I'm going to head out, and I'll be back in a little bit, but I'm going to take a break. Well, it is half.
Your box scores, well, it is halftime. Number 4, Alabama, 12-1, 10. Number 1, Michigan, 13-0, 13. First quarter, both teams scored a touchdown. Second quarter, Michigan scored a touchdown, but the PAT was blocked. Alabama got a field goal. That's how we got to 10-13. End of the second quarter, so it is halftime. Michigan has a 62.6 win percentage. Don't trust that because we still got another 30 minutes of football to go. That's a long time. Now we get the game leaders in the box score. We have passing yards. Jalen Milroe for Alabama, 5 of 8 for 53 yards. J.J. McCarthy for Michigan, 9 of 14 for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rushing yards, Chase McClellan for Alabama. I can't see it because it's all blurred up. But he has a touchdown. I believe it looks like 5 carries and 40-some yards. Blake Corum has, I believe, around 5 carries as well and 30-some yards. Receiving leaders, Isaiah Bond, 1 reception, 29 yards. T. Morris, I believe that's 1 reception, so many yards and touchdown. Those are your box stats. I will be back for the start of the third quarter. If you would like to, while we're at halftime, either in the comments or in the chat, let me know your predictions for the Washington, Texas game tonight. Once again, I will be back for the start of the third quarter. Until then, you can chill out. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second half of the first CFP semifinal game, the Rose Bowl. As we are about to start the second half, as it is number 4 Alabama 10 and number 1 Michigan 13. Alabama will get the ball first here to start the second half. It would be 14-10 right now, but Michigan got a PAT blocked, if you're wondering how we got this score. Michigan kicks off to Alabama. And Alabama will start on their own 14-yard line. Milrow front shotgun, 2 players in the backfield. Tight end in motion. Take snap. Pitch it out for about 2 on the play. Completion was to Jam Miller. Second down and 8 coming up for the Tide. Murrow runs again in the shotgun. Take snap. Will hand it off at the middle. Has a little hole. And that'll be an Alabama first down up to their own 25 once again. Bama trying to get their run game going. Now it'll go tad bit to hurry up. Milrow takes snap. Play action. Looking all day to throw. To Bond, and it's incomplete. He probably had about 6, 7 seconds. Probably more like 5 to 6 seconds back there before he even had to go anywhere. Good low line protection, but just no one open. Second and 10 for the Tide. Milrow in the shotgun. Take snap. Hands it off at the middle. Bounce it in outside. Another Alabama first down. Haynes on the carry of about 12. Out to their own 36. Milrow. Tight end in motion. Take snap, swings it out to Bond for about 9 yards. Be second down and 1. For the Tide. The market as second and 2. Milrow hands off to Chase McClellan. He'll try to bounce outside. One man to beat. Gets to the corner, still running into Michigan territory down to about the Michigan 48, 47 yard line. McClellan, 6 carries now, 55 yards and a touchdown. $12:05 here to go in the first. Bama is outscoring opponents 120-51 in the third quarter. Milrow takes the snap. It goes behind him. He'll just fall on it at his own 39, it appears. That's a huge loss on the play of about 10 to 11 yards. Just the snap never never got off the ground. There's to make it a 13-yard loss officially. Be 2nd and 23 now from their own 40. Under 12 to go in the third. Milrow. Another low snap, and he's sacked. It'll be 3rd and a mile. At this point, Alabama probably will just once again could not get the snap off of the ground. Center maybe having some issues gripping the ball here this past few plays, as it's now 3rd and 29 when they were in Michigan territory. Now it's just going backwards. Do this handoff to McClellan for about 7 yards. Probably just trying to get some room back.
I am back now, but looks like we've had Scotty B join us. I did hear. I have seen the center for Alabama has struggled with snapping the ball a little bit. It seems like
it is now 4th and 22. McClellan now 7 carries, 62 yards and a touchdown. And now you see why that field goal at the end of the first half was so big.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this first drive for Alabama?
As he gets absolutely planted at the 13-yard line down to return. I will say it started out nice. They were moving the ball with their run game a bit more. They were fine. The offense was making some good holes. And getting about 10, 11, 12-yard carries.
Yep.
But then McClellan beat Sanders still to the edge, got in the Michigan territory at about the Michigan 47 on a nice run to the corner, bounced it outside. And then it just went backwards from there.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it was a good sign, but you got to finish off drives.
Oh, yeah, 110%.
I mean, it wasn't completely the offense's fault, but
yeah,
still. Let's see. Alabama O-line has to make adjustments. They have given up 5 sacks, but I'm not sure that they will occur. But I'm not sure that will occur. I mean, prior to this game, Alabama gave up 43 sacks. We'll see. That's the issue with a mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
The offensive line doesn't know where he's at times. So then they lose where he's at, and then there's sometimes a free rusher at him that just gets them. That's just one of the cons of having a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, and that's where you need to have good communication between your offensive line and your quarterback, which generally falls on the quarterback himself.
Don's starting to get more involved. He now has 3 receptions for 38 yards. At some point, you're going to have to take a deep shot to Burton. He
Yeah.
has been a basically non-factor at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
Make,
he has one catch for about like 5 or 6 yards, but that is it.
Yep. One quick thing here. Make sure that you guys hit that like and subscribe button down below as we're trying to reach 50 subscribers there on College Football Roundup, along with American Football Network's goal of 1,200 and my goal of 1,500 over here at Football Expert, as well as make sure you subscribe to Ohio State Hype Videos. The link for that is in the comment section.
The thing I think Alabama needs to figure out, as Blake Corum gets a run for no gain there on the first play of the second half for Michigan, might have even lost a half a yard. Wolverine Corum's stat line, it's 10 carries, 51 yards, no touchdowns. But if I'm recalling correctly, I think he does have a receiving touchdown. Corum's stat line, it's 10 carries, 51 yards. But don't count me on that receiving touchdown. But I think he has one.
I think he does. I think you're right.
Edwards on the carry for 1 yard. This Alabama defense is starting to stiffen up a little bit, especially against the run. It'll be 3rd and about 10 for the Wolverines. Lawson on the tackle. I think this is a spot when, 3rd and long, back up towards your own goal line at about your 9-yard line when you're taking the snap. I wouldn't be surprised if Alabama brings pressure.
Yeah.
Which they kind of do. He has to get out of the pocket. He's being chased. He's going to fire, and it's incomplete. And, yep. Johnson, the intended receiver. No, that's a catch. What a catch. They're going to have to review that. That's going to be overturned. That's going to be a Michigan first down.
Wow.
That is a catch.
That is that like you're saying, that is quite the catch to Cornelius Johnson.
But was his toe down? Did he have control? I mean, solid control, the ball never moved. So he has control. The if is, does the replay official think his toe is down? Which to me, I think it is. But we've seen calls like this in recent weeks where it's incomplete, stay incomplete because it's so close, it's so hard to tell.
Yeah. What time do you have on your clock?
8:28. It is in a review.
Okay, I'm a little bit ahead of you. They did call it a completed pass. So it is going to be a first. It is going to be 1st and 10 for the Wolverines, and 2nd and 7 now after the run.
That might be the best catch I've seen so far this bowl season. It's definitely
it really was.
It might not look too impressive, but yeah. Having to hang over the sideline, one leg, starting to look like a little bit like Marvin Harrison Jr. there.
Yeah. As Michigan brought in Alex Orji, their backup quarterback, and he's going to lose a couple as there was just nobody open downfield.
Well, that's a new wrinkle for Michigan. When Orji comes in, he usually runs it.
Well, he was trying to run it, but Alabama had 7 guys in the box, and there was just nowhere to go. 3rd and 9 here as McCarthy drops back to pass, and it's not going to be a good pass, so it's going to be short by about 2 yards for Romeo Wilson.
Roman Wilson not having a very good day. Even though he's the Wolverines' number 1 receiver, ironically, he wears number 1.
Yeah. He wears not. No, I'm sorry. That was Tyler Morris. It looked like Wilson, but it's Morris.
You're Alex Orgy. I just saw that play you're talking about where he took like a 3-yard loss. Yeah. If you're Alex Orgy, I understand it's somewhat of a pass play because you can see the replay. You got to throw that away.
Yeah,
I understand he's like a freshman or a sophomore, so that's kind of a rookie mistake. But you got to throw that away. You just cost your team 3 yards for really no reason.
Yep. Yep.
Well, the reason why I just saw that other one, J.J. McCarthy couldn't get enough behind it is because he got hit right when he threw.
Yeah.
If we really want to be honest, that's the wide receiver's fault, not JJ's. You got to stay on your feet.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, the ball was in his hands, and really, if the ball's in your hands as a wide receiver in Division I college football at the highest level, then yeah.
Had to make myself some coffee. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find something else. McCarthy is 11 to 16, excuse me. I almost said 1. 134 and 2 tutties.
Yep.
That's not a bad stat line. That's actually a pretty good stat line for some QBs in the country.
Yeah, he's definitely he's been playing well and throughout this game, especially in the first half. In the second half, it's been really a defensive slugfest.
Well, second half, we this is only the 3rd drive of the second half, so we ain't really, very far into it. But so far, it's been a slugfest.
Definitely.
Once we get to that Washington, Texas game, that's, I think, when we'll start seeing the big fireworks and getting all excited about the big plays. And I think that's that. If you want a game of the year candidate, put Washington and Texas at number 1 on your list. The way the 2 offenses have been playing this year, put them number 1 on your list.
Yeah. Definitely going to be a good matchup there between both teams.
By the way, the spread has decreased to Michigan favored by 1.5 now.
So basically a pick 'em at this point.
Basically.
So we're definitely getting some more viewers now here as we get into the later part of the game. Make sure that you guys hit the subscribe button.
I was figuring that. That's why I wanted to stay connected to it.
Yeah. So
because, if this game gets close towards the end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As we got a lot of viewers there on American Football Network, over 35. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button over there, as Lincoln may or may not join us depending on how well he is feeling for the later on game. But definitely make sure you check out Roundup, my channel, and Ohio State Highlights and Sorgy Stories. The links for all the channels are in the description, and you can subscribe from there. As Milroe hands the ball off to Jace McClellan for about a 4 yard gain. So it's going to be 3rd and 4 here
I will give a disclaimer for the Texas-Washington game. There's multiple. Number one, if you like defense, it's not the game for you.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an offensive juggernaut challenge for both teams.
I also will say that the game is starting around 9, the actual kickoff. See, we might start around 8:45, but the game ain't going to start till 9-ish.
I can't hide that. Don't really need it.
Because the games always start a little later than it always says. So.
Oh, yeah. As it's going to be an incomplete pass here for the Tide, and it's going to be 4th and 4, as it's going to be Michigan's ball once again, probably near the 20 to 30 yard line here after the kick.
Now, I will say, this Michigan punt returner, he has fumbled once. Keep an eye out. He could fumble.
He's going to leave that ball alone, and it's going to be down at the 11-yard line. So make
just
sure that
what Alabama needed.
Yep. So it's funny enough that we have the most viewers over there on Lincoln's chat. Make sure you guys, once again, hit the like and subscribe buttons down below.
Even though he's not here.
Yeah. And subscribe to Lincoln's. Yeah, like even if he's not here. Good to see all the new viewers coming in and out. Also, make sure you vote in the poll. The poll right now, for me, surprisingly enough, is 75-25 in Alabama's favor. So it is massively in Bama's favor, which I kind of find surprising with Bama.
I would have thought it would be like
game.
58-50 or 60-55 or something like that.
Yeah. It's definitely in Bama's favor more than I expected. But Lincoln's stream, I wish I could see his stream graphics, but I can't. All I know is that he has a lot of viewers.
I'll check.
Well, you can see how many viewers when you hover over the viewer thing. I just can't see how many views he has. 1 second, let me see if I can get him.
We got 6:30 for the Oregon Liberty. Here.
Yep.
That game.
Let me see here.
I would have thought the Georgia-Florida State game would have done better than the Liberty-Oregon game, but
it can be very mixed and kind of weird what games do well and what games don't. Like last year, the game that did the best was Alabama-Kansas State, even though Kansas State got smacked in that game.
And it's now at 38, by the way.
38 what?
Viewers.
On Lincoln's channel, it's minus 12 and roundup is 4. It's fluctuating, so.
Well, they're all linked together, so. Oh, my Lord. Whoa. Whoa. That's what? No physical way.
And it's going to be 2nd and 10 here for the Wolverines as the pass is incomplete after it being a little bit of a miss there from J.J. McCarthy.
Breaking news. Will Howard is expected to sign with Ohio State within the next 24 hours.
Third and 8 here for the Wolverines after the 2-yard run there. J.J. McCarthy going to miss his man as the ball just goes right through his hands. Definitely not what you're looking for as McCarthy. The ball just goes straight.
If we go off of visual, you would think Moreau is playing better.
Yeah.
If you go off of visual. But if you actually, if you just joined, I'll say.
Yeah.
If you just joined, visually, you would think Moreau is playing better. But in actuality, McCarthy's blowing Jalen Milroe's play out of the water at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not playing bad. It's just stingy.
Yeah.
By the way, that FCS championship, it is on the 7th.
Okay.
At 2 p.m. ABC or ESPN Plus.
Okay.
13-1 Montana versus 14-0 South Dakota State.
Yeah, South Dakota State has been an extremely dominant team this year after bringing back almost everybody.
Well, the Alabama has great field position. They'll be starting at about their own 45-yard line. Which is not great for the Wolverines.
Yeah, definitely not what you wanted from that punt.
Who's going to be the MVP of the Rose Bowl?
Kind of depends on who you think ends up winning the game. If
you looked at Michigan side winning the game, I think it goes to JJ the way he's performing right now.
Yeah, I think it goes to either quarterback depending on because there hasn't been like somebody that's done like outright crazy things.
I'll say this. Here's what I think. If Michigan wins, it'll be JJ because he's 11-18 right now, 134 and 2 touchdowns. If Alabama wins, I think it's Chase McClellan.
Maybe.
Personally, I think it's McClellan, but because he's the #1 performer for Bama right now.
Yeah, McClellan has definitely had a good game. 9 carries with 68 yards compared to Milroe, who's really struggled going at 12 and 63 yards through the air.
Look at the COMM. Somebody We are unable to do that. Unfortunately.
As my broadcast seems to be slowing down a little bit here.
Someone wanted us to show the game.
Oh, yeah. Can't do that.
Can't do that, otherwise it'll get taken down because of copyright.
Yeah, no, we're doing this for the.
Unfortunately, I mean, I would love to, but unfortunately, we're unable to.
Yeah, definitely. As we're still at commercial break here after the punt.
Okay, I just got back, so I'm a bit ahead of you.
Okay.
So I'll take over calling here for the time being then.
Yeah, go right ahead. Okay, I just got back now.
Miller starting at his own 25 in the shotgun as it keeps buffering. And now we're showing highlights of Millero, and it's still buffering, so I'm going to have to back over this one. 2nd and 1 for Bama after Haynes had a 9-yard run.
Michigan really went down on Milroe there to try to stop the inside run to Jace McClellan, but with Milroe taking it, really increased the ability for that run to be successful. 2nd and 1 here.
Escaping. 1st down and tied.
Going to be 1st down at the 38-yard line here of Michigan as the Tide's driving.
I think we're on the same page now.
Yep.
Same pace.
1st and 10, minute 250, 254, 250 now left and counting.
I'm down at 205.
Oh, okay. I guess we just have
looking
similar.
Hands off Haynes. 3 yards on the carry. Milroe looks winded, and he's grimacing. Tying his shoe. Alabama, 5 wins when trailing in second half, tied for second most in FBS. Oklahoma State has the most at 6.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be Oklahoma State.
Bama's definitely got back to the
2nd
basics.
and 7, 25 of Michigan. Milroe. Back to pass. Looking, fires, caught, Bond, 1st down inside the red zone. With 1:25 to go in the 3rd. Alabama can tie it up here or take the lead. I just forgot that it's only a 3-point game, so I figured I'd make that point quick.
Yeah. It's a close game here. As any possession can really improve your odds of winning.
By the way, this is the Tide's first time in red zone today.
Wow, yeah, I didn't even think about that because
Milroe, he's going to run. Looking about a half a yard. This next play will most likely be the last play of the 3rd quarter, and pending an injury, which hopefully doesn't happen, or an incomplete pass. Burton comes in. I think Alabama might take a shot at the end zone here. Watch for number 3, He's in the slot. He's got a linebacker on him, and there is a flag. False start. That is a killer for Bama. They had
Bama has committed a
Jermaine
lot.
Burton. They had Jermaine Burton wide open in the slot. Wide open, basically. Covered by a linebacker. If they would have snapped that, he's probably open for a touchdown with a linebacker guarding him.
Oh yeah, definitely. Unless if it's a
So
really
that's a
athletic
killer right there.
linebacker, like
And that'll
Yeah.
take us to the end of the third quarter. Headed to the fourth.
Well,
Alabama 10, Michigan 13. In a slugfest. Fourth quarter is up next.
make sure that you guys all subscribe and hit the like button down below, as well as the notification bell to all the channels, whether it's American Football Network, the Football Expert, or College Football Roundup. As like Michael said, we are going to take a quick break before fourth quarter coverage.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pasadena, California for the fourth and final quarter of the Rose Bowl. Alabama driving at the Michigan 21. Michigan leading 13-10. Bama trying to tie it up. Milrow, second and 15. Should say Bama's trying to tie it up or take the lead.
We got
Milrow runs at the middle, and he gets a first down to the Michigan 4.
looks like we got another Buckeyes fan here in the chat. Here,
Touchdown,
Silver
Crimson
Bullet.
Tide.
Oh, Bama taking the lead here
Bama
now.
takes the lead. Chase McClellan. 3-yard touchdown run. Alabama takes a 17-13 lead. 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. PAT pending.
A massive turn of events here for Bama after a bad punt from Michigan set themselves up
PAT
right near
is
midfield.
good. 17-13. All set up by a Jalen Milroe. 17-yard run on 2nd and 15 down to the Michigan 3-yard line.
Yep.
What a turn of events. It looked like Alabama 2nd and 15 might just have to run it and Sal would tie up the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kickoff is a touchback to Michigan. Here comes J.J. McCarthy trying to become a hero in Wolverine's lore. If Michigan loses this game, I'm going to pull a roast out.
They're definitely in some trouble. There's no doubt about that.
McClellan now has 10 carries for 71 yards and a couple touchdowns. I think it's clear now, probably, if Alabama wins, McClellan's probably going to win it. The most valuable offensive player, whatever they call it at this point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Corum, just a 1-yard gain as this Alabama team is rejuvenated from that touchdown. Just nowhere to go as this Alabama defensive line specifically, has been stellar this whole second half. Barely allowing the run game to do anything.
Yep.
And now Michigan's going to run into some trouble because the run game is Michigan's primary attack. And with Alabama leading here with the milliseconds ticking down here in the fourth, they're going to have to slowly turn away from the run game.
Well, they should be fine for now. As long as it doesn't get really down to the seconds, they should be fine to run the ball throughout this game. But the defensive line, like you were mentioning, has been ferocious. The Alabama here
pass is now 3rd and 9 for the Wolverines. This game has taken a drastic turn on just one play.
It really has. As Michigan almost got to McCarthy there, getting to him, and just him getting it off barely in the nick of time.
McCarthy, 3rd and 9, takes snap, back to pass, looking, fires, caught. Edwards dropped it.
Wow.
And Michigan goes 3 and out. That is a killer.
That is.
If Alabama scores again here, that might be the final nail in the coffin. Touchdown specifically.
Yeah, well, even with touchdown,
I don't think he probably wasn't gonna get there anyhow.
No, he was going to be stopped short by that linebacker chasing after him. But, well, I think that's actually a cornerback, but point still taken. You got to catch that ball
before you turn about 13-14. I won't be surprised if Bama comes after this and goes for the kill right here.
Yeah, I think they will, but with Michigan being 2 for 9 on 3rd downs, it's really been devastating. And Alabama hasn't been great, but they've been a little bit better than Michigan has.
Question mark?
No, Alabama recovered it. They're good.
As we go to another ad break.
Definitely hit an Alabama player before the Alabama punt returner got onto it, but it is going to be good. So we will be going to an ad break, but we'll be back, like Michael said.
While we're on ad break, just a few points to make. Alabama has a 73.7% chance to win now. I'm telling you one thing, if that fumble is not recovered by Alabama, oh boy. And another great question is, where has Blake Corum been the whole second half? I understand he's one of the best running backs in college football, but hey, Alabama defensive line has really stiffened up the past few drives, especially here since the start of the second half. And Corum hasn't really, let me understatement that, the Michigan running game really has been able to do nothing this whole second half. As Chase McClellan has carried 2 touchdowns, both Alabama touchdowns. Alabama starting around their own 33. We're not back yet, but I figured I'd just make that point. Now we have the Chick-fil-A moved on the field moment. Texas is officially warming up at the All-State Sugar Bowl. This is Sark's first appearance as a head coach in the playoffs. Penix led the NCAA in passing yards the past 2 seasons. And welcome back to Pasadena. Milrow from his own 33, 13-32. If Alabama can sustain a drive here, Milrow flips it out. It's going to be caught. It's going to be a Bam first down a bit more up to about the 46.
That's a big play right there from Bama, as this drive, like you were mentioning earlier, could be the difference in this ball game.
I personally think if Alabama can just have a nice 3 to 4, maybe even a 5-minute drive here, just methodically get 10, 13-yard gains and run the ball for a solid 4 or 5 yards about every time, and they punch it in again, that's the final nail in the coffin.
Yep.
I would presume, but we've seen much crazier things happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Even
Milrow,
the Alabama team has seen crazier
trying
things.
to take a guy. Fumbles. Michigan recovers.
Oh my
word. Lord, this game just turned on its head. Like I said, we've seen crazier things happen. Oh my Lord. What a huge mistake.
That can't happen.
That's exactly what Michigan needed.
You really got to know to protect the ball there. You can't be turning that ball over.
He's stumbling and he lost his grip, and Michigan cornerback just came in there and punched it right out.
He didn't even really
break for the Wolverines.
He didn't even really punch it out. He just put his hand on it and it just Fell
McCarthy fires, caught. Wilson running to about the Alabama 32. Remember, if Alabama holds them to a field goal, they still have the lead. That is a important thing to note.
With that missed PAT, it could come back to haunt Bama.
Swings it out. Cornelius Johnson, no gain. Maybe a half a yard. Clock keeps ticking down as the Wolverines keep losing more time. 2nd and 10. That pass basically the equivalent to an incomplete pass, even though it was completed. McCarthy under center at the Bama 31. Hold pitch at Donovan. It's a 3-flicker. Fumble. McCarthy falls on it, but it's a 5-6 yard loss. That is a huge loss to Michigan, who's trying to get him back in that game. Who's trying to get back in this game after that fumble by Milroe. The pitch just never got to him. It just fell short.
Those flea flickers always have a hint of danger to them. But
now,
you really
Michigan just needs to get 3 to 5 yards just to even try a field goal.
Yeah, I think you should be
to feel safe about a field goal attempt. If you can get, I would say, to the 35 about, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Down
well,
to about back to the original line scrimmage after that play. If you're Michigan here, I would take the points. Make it a 1-point game. You still have just under 11. You'll still have probably about 10 minutes and 30 seconds by the time this field goal. Keep in mind, Alabama has already blocked a kick today.
And it was a PAT at that. So this is going to be a 48.
But even more, this is a 49-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold. No good.
Wow.
Not even close. Shanked it way to the left.
It's a big miss for the Wolverines there.
That's a big break for Alabama, too.
Losing
As we will be back to
Moody
Pasadena
really
here
hurt.
in a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, just make a quick note here. If you're wondering, that pass to the Alabama 31 was to Cornelius Johnson. So Alabama will start their own 31. Plug this in. Okay. I would like to make one thing here clear quick. This game is not over.
Oh
It is
yeah,
not close to over.
yeah, it's definitely
It is
anybody's
still
ball
very
game.
much a game. Just because Michigan missed that 49-yard field goal, there's still 12 minutes and 27 seconds to go. This is very much still a game that Michigan could easily come back and win.
Oh yeah,
I think that missed flea flicker really screwed them up.
yeah,
I think if they don't miss that flea flicker, they might actually make that field goal.
yeah.
It's going to be probably about a 40, 38-yard field goal. Milrow hands it off. McClellan for about 4. As he is just being a pig right now, just bowling over everybody. I think it's clear at this point that if Alabama wins, McClellan should be the most valuable player of the Rose Bowl. Without a doubt. McClellan now has 11 carries, 75 yards, and a couple touchdowns. Milrow,
I really think
McClellan breaks 3, running, stumbles, spins out of it, still going across the 50, down to the 48 for a 17-yard run and a first down.
that
In
is
the
a
Michigan
big
territory.
there.
What a run.
Other than Milrow's fumble, I really feel like Milrow has played decently and needs to get more involved in this game in order to really be able to stretch this lead for Bama.
I'm surprised Bam also mentioned Milrow. I'm surprised Jermaine Burton hasn't been as involved. Same with Isaiah Bond.
Yeah, him and Bond have really
Milrow,
struggled.
speaking of Burton, he catches it.
The whole
It's
pass.
about 2. I think that's only his second catch. I think the main issue is
it's been a struggle.
is Michigan knows that the run is coming. I think. So they're going to load the box. So if you can hit them with a play action and have enough time to get a deep shot off the Burton or Bond, you're going to be golden because, yes, Jalen Milrow might not be a highly talented thrower, but he, in my opinion, is the best deep ball thrower in college football.
He's definitely up there. I don't know if I'd say
He's
he's
gonna
the
keep it.
best, but
He's gonna run.
he's
He's going
definitely
to
up
get about
there.
3, maybe 4. It'll be third down in about 3. He did a nice job of protecting the ball that time.
A good job to be able to make it. Yeah, and he made it third and manageable, which is what Alabama's looking for because they do want to keep running this ball. They don't want to have to be constantly
You don't want to have to
passing the
force
ball.
into a passing situation. Something to know: Alabama is only 2-9 on third down, which is a shocking statistic
them
for
and
Nick
Michigan.
Saban team. Oh, do a back sweep, first down and more, 2 to 30. Alabama trying to put this game away on this drive right here. I think, I said it before, I'll say it again. I think if Alabama scores a touchdown here, game's over. If they score a field goal,
I tend to agree with you.
If they score a field goal, then fair play.
Anybody's game.
There's a flag. Illegal substitution.
Is that on Michigan or Bama?
Alabama. You rarely see
all these pre-snap
substitution on
penalties.
offense. don't get me wrong. If I'll say, don't get me wrong. If Michigan loses, it's not because of JJ's fault. He's had a heck of a game.
Yeah, but you definitely there's definitely some moments that JJ is going to want back at the end of this game as well, even if they do win.
Milrow hands it off. No, keep it out the burden. Catches for about 2 and is planted. Now we're starting to see the short passes where Burton's getting more involved, which you want to see if you're an Alabama fan.
Yeah, but the one problem is this. You really need to be able to get Bond moving down the field in order to really get some pressure as Burton.
If you're Alabama, what you need to do is you need to pull Joe Flacco, go heavy play action.
Yeah. The only problem is that they don't do anything out of under center, so the shotgun really hurts play action.
Pitches it, caught to about the Michigan 29, just inside the 30. He third down, probably about 10. If you just get a field goal here, even that would be huge for Bama to make it a touchdown game.
Oh yeah, definitely helpful. I'd expect some play action here, but
I wouldn't surprise me if we also see like a fake play action, kind of like a halfback draw to McClellan, the way he's been running it this past few drives.
Yeah, but if you're gonna, it's
McClellan
really you only got
in
one.
The backfield. This drive has now been 5 minutes long. Gotta get off. Middle, get snapped, play action, looking, sacked. Oh, that was an ugly hit. I do not recommend watching it. Hopefully he can get up.
That's not a sack that you want to take because just like the Michigan field goal, you can't give up sack yardage because it makes this field goal attempt much more difficult, but really nowhere to go with the ball in the entire.
Well, also the plus is, I guess the plus is the ball's more so centered now.
Yeah, it depends on the kicker what they want.
Plus, he's made a 50-yarder and 52-yard field goal. Snap back, hold good.
It's up.
Kick is up. Good. Kick is good, and what a huge point! What a huge 3 points that is for the Tide. That means Michigan has to get a touchdown. Can McCarthy become a hometown hero? Find out when we come to Pasadena next. Find out when we come back to the Rose Bowl next. Quick little note. Alabama now has an 88.2% chance to win. Like I said, we've seen a lot of crazier things happen. Will Reichard is now 2-2, along of 52. Extra points, 2 of 2.
Yeah, and even in the poll, it's kind of interesting. The poll has Bama still up 71-29 with 66 votes, which kind of surprises me because Michigan has been winning this game for a majority of it, about 3 quarters, and Bama just gets in the lead, and you still have a large majority of the fans thinking that Bama was going to win this to begin with.
I mean, I don't blame them because,
well,
yes, Michigan's a good team. I'll admit it. They're a good team. Even as an Ohio State fan, I'll admit it. They're a good team.
Yeah. And it looks like Cody Hankins is in the chat. Good to see you, Cody. As Bama has definitely left an impression on this Michigan team, with Riker really being the difference in this game.
I'll say this.
And Bama,
I think – go ahead. Finish up. You can.
Well, I was just going to say Bama, like you said, Bama does need a stop because a stop doesn't end the game because Michigan has all 3 of their timeouts, but it
Well,
definitely would come close.
it really doesn't matter if they stop them on third down because they have to go for it.
Well, it depends on where you're at. You still have all 3 timeouts.
There's under 4 minutes and there's 4 minutes and 41 seconds, so you have to go for it.
Well, it depends on what spot
you ain't gonna have like a 2-minute drive out to about your own. You ain't gonna spend up like a minute and a half, 2 minutes getting the first down out to your own 35, and then incomplete. You're down to 125 yet, and then punt it. Because at that point, you're just conceding the game.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Rose Bowl here in Pasadena, California. It'll be a touchback. No, number 5, touchback. Riker boots it. And it is a touchback. The Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. And more ash, just what this game needs.
It's definitely been an awesome game. Definitely has been a game that we've all been looking forward to, and it's kind of lived up to that hype.
I will say this. Number one, I might get my pick right. Number 1, I got my pick right. Most likely that Alabama's going to win. Most likely. The score is wrong. But, mainly all that matters is you get the team that's going to win right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not mistaken, we both picked Bama.
Correct, yeah. I think everybody that we've talked to has picked Bama so far.
Well, I'll have to give you my thoughts on this game after this game's over because, oh boy. I mean, I think what happened is this first half of this game, when we went to halftime at 10-13, we were thinking, oh Lord, it's going to be a slugfest again, like the Ohio State-Missouri game, second half. And it kind of was like that until the fourth quarter. And now it's just one team's taken off and one team's landed.
Yeah.
It's a good metaphorical way to put it, I guess.
True.
I think the Washington-Texas game will be the most viewed.
Probably.
Would be my guess because, it's prime time. Most of the people are off work. I say most because there's obviously people that work night shifts.
Yeah, but I think most people are off New Year's Day anyway.
Yeah. I'm going to go Texas 52, Washington 49.
I'm going to go Washington 28. Or no, I'll go Washington.
It wasn't even a blocked PAT.
Oh, it was a bad snap. The snaps have not been.
He didn't even. No, it wasn't a bad snap. He literally just forgot to grab the ball.
Yeah, that is.
McCarthy.
The snapping and holding game has really been bad.
Around the corner, shaking for about 4, maybe 5. I will say this game's not over still.
Yep. You're
keep
going
on,
to get 5 on
McCarthy
the
only
play.
had one clear win when trailing in the fourth quarter. And that was in 2022 when they came back and beat Illinois. That's when Chase Brown was still at Illinois.
Yeah, Illinois has definitely struggled a lot more this season than compared to last season after losing the Brown twins, along with pretty much the entire secondary.
Wilson, Corum, around the corner. It'll be third and about 2 with under 4 to go now. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Michigan needs a bit of a sense of urgency right now, and it doesn't look that they have too much of a sense of urgency. They got to pick up their sense of urgency if they want to get down this field. I understand you got all 3 timeouts, but still, you got to pick up the pace here a little bit.
You don't want to leave Nick Saban with too much time, though. That is one thing.
Well, yeah, but there's already been 30 seconds off the play clock, just off one play.
McCarthy, yeah, that is true.
McCarthy.
It's going to be incomplete, and it's going to be...
Analytics, 4th and 10 or less, go for it. I kept saying McCarthy because my thing started buffering.
Okay. It was popped up in the air, and it was kind of almost intercepted
McCarthy,
there.
4th and 2, looking, firing. Corum, wide open, got it. 45, 50, 45, 40, 35. Flags. I think it's coming back.
How far back?
I think we're going to get a block in the back on Roman Wilson.
Roman Wilson, that's a big loss there.
Or a blindside block. He absolutely leveled him like a bulldozer.
Yeah, that is not what you want. It's still going to be a first down and a big play for Michigan. But, yeah.
It'll be back at about their own 35, 40-yard line instead of Alabama's side of the field. It'll be called a block in the back. I believe that's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, correct? If I'm remembering correctly. A block in the back is 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. I mean, it was a great play. Great design. It happened at about the 42. So Michigan will probably be starting about what? Their own 48-ish? Michigan's at the 50. 3 minutes even to go. Corum entered the backfield. McCarthy keeps it up to sideline. First down and more. 15 yards, late hit, out of bounds. No flags. That was very late. I thought even when Michigan lose, that should have been a flag.
Yeah, that definitely should have been a flag. I wonder if it's influenced by being on the Bama sideline a little bit.
He was knocked out of bounds at about the Bama 34. He clearly grabs him when he's 2 feet out of bounds and then slams him down once he's like 6 yards out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a bad call. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I feel something big coming. McCarthy, play action, looking. He's going to go deep. Fires, caught. Roman Wilson to the 15, to the 10, to the 5-yard line of Alabama. That's an understatement. Thought of something big coming? Yeah, something big just happened, all right.
This could be the difference, but it does give plenty of time to Bama to be able to score back.
They also have to make the PAT.
Which has been a struggle. It was pretty bad man coverage there from Moore, who just kind of played really back and conservatively.
Ideally, what you want to do is wait till he catches that and come underneath him and knock the legs out of him.
Yeah.
I mean, that can
Or
end up
go
in
for that
serious injury,
ball.
but still.
Yeah.
That was
First
almost tipped.
First and goal, 1:44 left, as it looks like
Alabama.
Michigan's going to call a timeout here.
No, Alabama called a timeout.
Oh, Alabama did? Okay. I don't know why Bama called one now.
Probably to preserve time in case Michigan scores a touchdown.
Yeah, but I don't know why you couldn't call it earlier then. Because that he got out of bounds at 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Come on, Bama.
This is definitely not what you're looking for as a Bama or Ohio State fan.
Up the middle, about a yard, maybe 2. This game might be headed to overtime. Officially a 1-yard game. Well, then again, knowing Jim Harbaugh, he'll probably end up going for 2. Timeout, Bama. I don't care who wins this at this point. This game's lived up to the hype.
It really has. It's been a fantastic game all around.
I mean, points-wise, I know a lot of people want the points to kind of build up. That's how most people like it.
Yeah.
That's what most people were probably predicting. But still, regardless, this game has lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
With how the ending has gone.
Yeah. 1:34 left in this ball game. 2nd and goal. Bama only has 1 timeout left. Even if Bama are 1:38, they put 4 more seconds back on the clock. But even if Bama calls a timeout here, they're going to be down to less than a minute to go before they get the ball back. So, it looks like we lost Michael there. So I guess I'll have to do this myself to finish it out the game. But make sure you get the subscribe and like button down below. Thank you, everyone that has joined so far. I'm trying to reach my goal of 1,500 and AFN's goal of 1,200. So definitely a great game here, like Michael was saying. 2nd and goal here, 1:38 left. McCarthy in the shotgun, hands the ball off to – or wait, it's going to be a fake. And it's going to be Wilson walking into the end zone. Touchdown.
Oh,
Michigan.
my Lord. Sorry, I accidentally hit the backspace.
Oh, no, you're fine. But it's going to be a touchdown, Wolverines, 20-19.
It is good. 134, 20-20.
Well, this is going to be it. Bama has 1 timeout. Like you said, 1:34 seconds left.
Can Jalen Milroe go down in the Alabama legacy forever?
It's going to be tough.
Or will this game go to overtime? That's Roman Wilson on the touchdown catch for people who don't know.
Interesting movement of Loveland there, as Bama just did not pick up Wilson, who was going across the screen. And looks like there was some confusion there on the sideline. Good play design by Michigan there. Sorry.
Michigan kicks off. It'll be caught at the 5, and it'll be a fair catch, which I hate that rule.
Definitely has its pros and cons.
It sucks. You want to see the big hits and returns. You want to see the pops. That's part of football.
Yeah, well, I think that the NCAA would disagree, even though I'd agree with you.
134. Can Jalen Milroe go down in history. Remember, Riker hit a 52-yard field goal earlier. That's an important note to point out. He can hit from 50 plus if he has to. Milrow back to pass, looking. He's going to run. Gets tackled after about 3. Milrow might be, no, he's good. Alabama going to pick up the pace, trying to save that timeout after a gain of a little more than 7. Milrow back to pass, looking. Fires, caught. McClellan. First down tied. Clock will stop periodically for the chains to move. Clear on Reichard is 52. He's hit that 3 times.
You're going to definitely have to get to at least the 37 or 38 yard line to make it about a 54 or 55 yard kick in order to make it realistic here as the clock continues to tick down.
I could see. He hit from 40-yard line one time in practice. Milrow back pass, looking, fires, incomplete. That also is a plus because it stops the clock for the time without having them to cost a timeout. Are we about to see some McCord magic?
Milrow's definitely able to use the middle of the field if he'd like, but the one thing he cannot do is take a sack.
Also, you got to keep in mind if you're Michigan, he is very dangerous. He fires to no one. 101 to go. Milrow's upset. Wide receiver ran the wrong route. Miscommunication, it appears.
If you're Alabama, at the very least, you got to worry about getting a first down here, getting to that 47-yard line.
Michigan's probably most worried about the wide receivers, especially Burton and Bonds. But you can't forget about Milrow. Milrow takes snap, back to pass, fires. McClellan absolutely hammered after a 6-yard pickup, and he will be short. Do not go for it if you're Bama. This is too risky. Punt the ball.
I agree with that. Yeah, you can't do this.
Michigan calls their first time out. It'll be under 50 seconds by the time they would get the ball. Probably around 45 if we had good hang time. And if you can pin them back deep, I think Michigan would just concede going to overtime. If I were Michigan, I would concede.
I don't know. I think I would take the risk here, see what you can get, because all you got to get is maybe – you got to get to like maybe the 32-yard line.
Good move. I think that's a good move because if you don't get this, all they need is like 1 first down if that, and they're in field goal range.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you definitely – I disagree with Milrow dumping it off there because he didn't – you got to get it towards the –
This punter has an average of 50 yards and a long as 62 so far today. And he has good hang time. I think if they pin him inside the 10, Michigan just concede to go to overtime. Don't risk throwing an interception. Fumble! Oh, my Lord.
Did Bama recover?
Lord. No, he got tackled at the half-yard line. This just took a major turn. If Alabama gets a safety here, oh, my.
That would end the game. You can't do an onside kick after a safety.
Look, he fumbles it. He gets it back.
Wow.
Barely
it was about a safety anyway.
All Michigan fans' heart rates just went up about 30 notches.
Well, all you had to do was just let the ball go
You're
into the
going
end
empty
zone.
backfield? No, he's not. Corum. Yeah, just concede to go to overtime. If you're Bama, I would actually consider, if you get it down a little bit, I would consider calling the timeout and see if you can get one more shot at getting that safety.
Oh, yeah, I 100% would do that. Or even if there's
you
a
can
fumble
let,
or
you can let
anything.
the clock dwindle down to like 3 or 5 seconds and then call that final timeout. Yep, timeout Bama. 12 seconds to go. Good move, I say, by a Hall of Fame level coach in Nick Saban. It was only a 1-yard run. I think you put I think you put 8 in the box. I know it's
you put
risky.
everybody in the box pretty much. Maybe you do
Yeah,
cover
but
one, but that's
you have to have at least one person back, probably around your 40 or 50. Just in case the worst comes to happen somehow.
Yeah. Yep.
You at least going to have 9 to 10 in the box, at least. I mean, this game's not over. We may not be going to overtime.
It's going to be close.
Number 2, if you're Michigan, let that drop. It probably goes into the end zone if you just leave it alone.
Yeah. This is where if you're Michigan, really what you need to be doing.
That's a learning moment right there for him. They're just going to sneak it. Yeah, good move. Go to overtime. What a first playoff game. Lord.
It's the first ever CFP playoff game to go to overtime.
No. Alabama, Georgia.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the Natty. First ever semifinal game, yeah. I forgot about the Natty one where they went, but
Wait,
yeah.
Why did Michigan call a timeout?
Did they call a timeout?
Yeah.
Huh?
Michigan called a timeout. What?
With 5 seconds left, I don't know what Michigan's doing here exactly.
If you go backwards at all, that's a safety. That's a safety. A little bit of animosity.
Well, it looks like it's going to be the end of regulation, as that is going to be the final play.
What
of regulation.
a game we have here.
First
this
game
might be the best semifinal game since Oklahoma and Georgia.
Yeah. It's been a good one. I don't get why Michigan called the timeout just to run a kneel.
And now you see why that missed 49-yard field goal is so big.
Oh, 100%, yeah. It's the difference in this game.
We're up to 12.
Yeah. Lincoln Stream has been doing really, really well.
He's probably about 100. Doesn't the Texas game kick off at 9?
It kicks off after this one. They'll delay it until this one's over.
Here's a good topic while we're on ad. Best playoff game of all time. Top 5. We have.
Yeah, I agree.
Unfortunately, I have to bring this up, but Ohio State, Georgia last year. This game.
Yeah, that was kind of a crazy one where it literally, as the clock strikes midnight, they were.
I still have nightmares about that.
Huh?
I still have nightmares about that.
Yeah, that was a tough game to lose. There's no doubt about that.
15 now.
So,
thank you for all for tuning in. For probably the, I would say at this point, the craziest game of bowl season. Without a doubt. I think we can firmly say this has been the best game of bowl season so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially with it being a playoff game, that really ups the.
Imagine what these games will be like in a 12-team playoff.
Oh yeah, it'd be
Welcome
crazy.
Welcome back to Pasadena. 2020 start of overtime. Nick Saban has to get a drink. Must have a dry throat from just regular. Looks like Stander still. I'm presuming probably got to cover the national championship too.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely have some coverage of the national championship. I can't say how much it will be coverage of it.
65-7. Let's be honest. Last year, Georgia Ohio State was the true national championship. I hate to break it. It was. I don't care what anybody says. That was the true national championship. How tight that game was.
Yeah. I love how Michigan sends out one player and Alabama sends out like 3.
They brought Corum out later.
Yeah, you did bring Corum in afterwards, but looks like Bama wins the toss. Michigan's going to pick the way, and it's going to be Michigan
Folks,
ball.
also, if you don't know about this and you're just tuning in, don't forget the new overtime rules. If you haven't watched an overtime game in a few years, or if you're new to this sport, Michigan gets the ball first from their own 25. McCarthy. Under center. Takes snap. Hand off to Corum. Bouncing outside. Still running. About 8 yards. Down to about the Bama 17. And in the red zone.
First down run here.
I will say, some of you might be saying, why is the ball starting on the 25? That's how all overtime periods start.
Well, until you get to the third overtime period, and that's just
then it's always on the 3-yard line, and you just trade 2-point conversions to whoever wins.
Yep.
Corum. Hole. Touchdown. No. Touchdown, Wolverines. What a start to overtime.
That's one way to start an overtime there.
17 yards. Blake Corum just plowing through everybody like a bulldozer. That play. Got spun around. I might have got a face mask and I'll get called. Kind of hard to tell there. But regardless, touchdown, Wolverines. PAT is good. What a start to overtime. At this point, I don't care who wins this game, even though I'm cheering for Bama because I'm an Ohio State fan.
Yep.
This has to go down as one of the best games in CFP history.
Yeah, I think it's closing in on Georgia and Ohio State. I'll give it that.
Remember Georgia and Oklahoma?
Yeah, that was also a good. That was
50-something.
Yeah, that was a good Rose Bowl matchup as well. The Rose Bowls really had some of the better playoff games.
2021. I remember that game. Ohio State versus Utah. That might, I'm going to be honest, that's probably the best Rose Bowl game of all time.
I don't know. That Penn State
Maybe
and
behind Oklahoma and Georgia.
yeah, the Penn State USC game also a few years earlier was
Oh,
really good too.
There's been a ton of good Rose Bowl games throughout the years. Too many to count.
Oh yeah, especially as of recently, the Rose Bowls had some more classical games than almost any other.
Penn State, USC, as you mentioned, Georgia, Oklahoma in the playoffs. Ohio State, Utah 2021 was just a bowl game, but still 45-42. Smith and Jigba, 300 yards receiving.
Milroe's going to get a pass off for nothing. Making it 2nd down and 10 here for the Tide.
Milroe, 15 yards to the Michigan 9.
That student section's right near where Bama's playing, and it's quite interesting.
It's 2nd and goal.
Bama fans looking nervous here.
2nd and goal. Remember, Bama doesn't score here. Michigan's going to the national championship.
Yep. And not just score, get a touchdown.
Yeah.
And the PAT, you really got to work
you
here.
Can get, and go for 2 for the game.
I don't know if Nick Saban risked it all, though. But after this, also remember this. If Bama gets a touchdown and the PAT, it's going to be another Bama offensive possession.
Loss of 5 yards. It's 4th and goal. They need 14 yards. Here's the game. Does he have another Auburn moment in him? It was just 3rd and goal from the 14. 3rd and goal from the Michigan 14. Milroe back to pass, looking in the middle of the no snap. Fires, caught. Merton stopped at the 3-yard line. Tried to fight his way in. They need 3 yards. Burton's hobbled. Maybe looks like a tad bit of a cramp.
Burton had to come back to.
Jermaine Burton's down.
Burton had to come back to that.
Jermaine Burton is down. That is horrible news. I mean, you never really want to see anybody go down, but it's just, no. Don't watch it. No. That was nasty. I advise you, even if you're watching the highlights of this game, do not watch the replay. He basically did a full-out split. He might have actually tore his quad.
Ooh, yeah, that is a nasty play.
Do not watch that. I advise, do not watch that unless you don't mind gruesome injuries or gruesome landings like that, do not watch it.
Yeah, that's gonna be one that he's done for the game. That's for sure.
That's almost like a Nick Chubb incident. He was just starting to get going too.
Yeah.
Time out, Wolverines. Hopefully he can come back, and hopefully maybe it was just a cramp or something like that from the fall. Or hyperextended it. Hopefully nothing serious. Fun fact, people don't know, Jermaine Burton was a former Bulldog. Transferred to Baylor. What a game to start to CFP. Just what a game.
It really has been back and forth, everything going one way and another. Just truly a great game and to start off the playoff. A tough game for Burton, though.
If you're Alabama here, I think what you do is you bring in 2 extra offensive linemen or an extra offensive lineman and a tight end. You know, line up like you're going to want a halfback dive with the fullback. Go play action with the running back and try and bootleg.
Well, I think here's the only thing is that if you're...
Because then you have like Alabama. 3 or 4 targets plus Milroe's legs. Here we go. Here's the game. 4th and goal. Timeout, Bama. Timeout, tied.
And he doesn't get it. It's over. It's over. Michigan is going to the national championship as it is a low snap, and it is going to be Jalen Milroe down on the ground. Michigan is going to the Natty for the first time in 30 years.
After Michigan 2 years of trial and error, after 2 years of having 1 loss 1 year, heartbreak to TCU last year. Absolute heartbreak to TCU last year. What a game. Oh my Lord. I don't really care who won. What a game.
Jalen Milroe with agony in his face as it is. Wow, that's a devastating way to lose a football game. JJ McCarthy being a good sport, talking to some of the Bama players, congratulating him on a good effort. But honestly, McCarthy has done a great job this game. Probably will get the MVP award. And Jim Harbaugh is going to get the biggest win of his career, and it ain't even close.
Well, I'll say this. Great win. I'm not trying to take anything away from it. Obviously. But you cheat since 2018. Milroe slamming his helmet. Clearly frustrated. You've been cheating for 5 years, and it took you 5 years to get to the Natty?
Well, not until after they were caught.
It's about time.
Man. Well.
Now, I watched this video, and I'm not saying this is right or anything, but it was this video. It was a short. Not sure if you know what that is or not, but
yeah.
It was about AI predicting what was going to happen in the playoffs, and they said, and it predicted Texas and Michigan would win, and Texas would win the national championship.
It's it could happen that way. We'll have to see what happens in this next game. But we'll end this stream and start the next one. So go ahead and you
No,
guys can
I'll
jump
give my
over.
quick recap on this game quick.
Yeah, go right ahead.
First off, heck of a game. I've never witnessed a playoff game quite this what's the word? Electric.
Yeah.
By the way, kick is 9 p.m. for the Washington game, so we still got 13 minutes. But still, this is a huge landmark for the Michigan program. Huge. Been in the playoffs the past 3 years. Heartbreak. Finally able to come through. And just heartbreak for Alabama. I feel so bad for the kids that didn't make it. But, there's a loser and there's a winner. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
As like we were talking about last year. Big 12, not last year. I was talking about last year because obviously I wasn't here last year. TCU, inches away from winning the Big 12 championship. That's basically the same thing here that happened to Alabama. Pretty much. And if you think about it, just heck of a game. I guarantee you this will go down in the top 5 games of college football playoff history. I guarantee it. I don't care what anybody says. I guarantee it. This will go down in the top 5 games in CFP history. At least it should. Obviously, outstanding player goes to JJ. But losing effort, heck of a game by Jason McClellan. 14 carries, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns. This game was a roller coaster.
It really was.
You thought that, both of us, I'll admit it, both of us, probably most people in the world, once Michigan got nothing out of that fumble, Alabama scored that field goal to make it 20-17, we thought it was over. I'll admit it. We thought the game was over.
Yeah.
And
really, to be honest,
when we think crazier things happen, and we just saw crazier things happen tonight.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I got to say.
I think, the play calling at the end of the game was really bad. The blocking was terrible. It was a bad play call. That's what it comes down to. But we'll end this stream now. And if you guys want to go ahead and check out the Washington and Texas stream, we'll be over there in just a couple of minutes.
Well, I got to grab the thing quick. You're going to have to put it in again.